Well, the Guam Waterworks Authority is responding to claims that they are holding up Cortec International's long-awaited development of the Summer Tower condominiums in Jonestown. GWA General Manager Miguel Bordelio sat down with PNC and he calls Cortec's claims against GWA, quote, disingenuous. Here's more.
I guess I'm not real sure how to deal with the 500-pound gorilla that thinks he can throw his weight around like that. So I don't have a comment to that.
That was the response from Guam Waterworks Authority General Manager Miguel Bordelio, who shared with PNC what GWA plans to do next should Cortec International choose not to pay for some $600,000 for, quote, piping modifications. Those modifications start with the Nissan water tank all the way up to the Summer Towers condominiums. Those condos have been mired in controversy since the former developer Unex began development but ultimately declared bankruptcy. And much to the chagrin of local residents, Unex left the towers unfinished. Cortec has since acquired the project from the bank and began to renew the development, but with one roadblock.
Even after they got involved, whether it's listed on they bought the notes or not, you know, their representative accepted it and signed off on the building permit. So they knew that it was a requirement at the time they got the building permits. Now all of a sudden they don't know. Seems to me to be a little disingenuous.
Despite this, GWA continues to withhold clearance for the occupancy permits for the Summer Towers, and in response, Cortec is still refusing to comply with one requirement, leaving both agencies in a deadlock. Cortec International President and CEO Juno Yoon told PNC last week that GWA has not provided any evidence that legally requires Cortec to reimburse them for the cost and design of the piping modifications project. Cortec further claims that GWA has no legal right to force a private party to pay for the cost and design and construction of the Nissan water tank project because, they say, that is GWA's responsibility by court order. But GWA says that that money that they're requesting has nothing to do with the Nissan water tank project.
We explained the piping modifications that would be necessary, and he associated, just because of the locations of where those piping modifications were, that it had to do with the court order project. So he may have misunderstood that, and I want to set the record straight. There is no connection between the court order project to provide the tank that we're currently in the process of designing for construction at that same location and the piping modifications that are required under the notice of action for the Emerald Ocean View Towers, now Summer Towers. It's totally separate projects.
Cortec alleges that they're losing $20,000 for each day that this project is delayed. They also add that Guam taxpayers are losing out on money as GWA is missing out on potential revenue that they would otherwise collect should the tower open.
Obviously, they want to highlight their economic impact, but they're conveniently not saying anything about what happens if they connect all four towers without these improvements, and then homes and businesses that are served by the same system suffer because they won't have sufficient water.
And for more information on the ongoing dispute, be sure to log on to our website at pacificnewscenter.com.